All right, we're going to continue with the Valley Head Tigers this morning, and Coach Charles Hammon. Coach, always good to see you. If you'd let the guys introduce themselves, or you introduce them in the position they play, and maybe if they're junior, senior, and then some opening comments from you.
For having us. We usually bring our captains. We haven't picked captains this year, so a lot like Coach Willingham, we opted to bring the senior offensive linemen, and we had 4. So starting down here is Rydell Segura. Rydell plays guard. Brody Battles. Brody will play tackle for us. Seth Hall. Seth will play tackle for us. And Kylan Tuberville. Kylan will play guard for us. So this is our senior offensive lineman that came with us today. Opening comments. We're excited about football to get started. Some people say it goes by quick. It seems to have been slow this summer with the weather and the rain and hot for a while. In and out of the weight room pretty much all summer. So I know these kids, and I know the people in Valley Head and the people in all the other communities in DeKalb County are excited about football to get started. So it'll be here really quick. So we've had a good summer. June, we went 2 days a week, and really all we did was lifted, give them all 4th of July. We started back in July, and we went 3 days a week, brought them in at 3 o'clock, put them in the heat. We started our running program. We done 1 7-on-7 at Dade County, seen some pretty good competition. We played South Pittsburgh, Marion County, Cleveland, which is one of the biggest schools in Tennessee, Dade County, and Howard. So we had 5 games up there. So it was good to see the guys move around. We've got a lot of new faces, and really we try to go to 1 a year, but primarily just to see them move around a little bit. Because, just running gassers, you really don't know where they can change direction, what they can bring to the table. So we carried every kid up there. Our offensive lineman had a challenge with the other schools, so they done a little something that was good for them. But every kid that we took got in the mix, so we got to see them all at least for 1 game.
Coach, I know you had a big senior class for you last year. There's going to be some guys going to have to step in different positions this year for you. Of course, it's good to have 4 offensive linemen coming back, but could you talk about some of those guys that's got to step into those positions, leadership positions, for you this year?
Sure, we did. We lost 12 really good seniors last year that had been playing for a long time. Feel really good about the bunch that's coming up to fill their shoes. Fortunately, we're going to have 12 seniors again this year. So that's big for Valley Head to back up 12 seniors with 12 seniors. I think right now we're running 32 kids on roster, 9 through 12 for a 1A school, 12 seniors. Our quarterback, Titan Blevins, who rushed for 1,800 yards last year, I think he went 1,801. Titan's back. Nate Bain is back. A lot of our skill guys are back. It was the O-line, D-line positions that we had to try to cover. Nate Bain is back at tailback. Ben Johnson, who led our team in tackles last 2 years, he's going to play a lot of running back this time. He's back. Kason McElrath's back with us, played wideout last year, and safety. Lane Hawkins, who had a season-ending injury last year at Cedar Bluff. We kind of do a thing. I tell the kids the first day of practice that if I have to come out of the field for an injury, you're not going back in. And for the last 2 years, I've been to the field 1 time, and it was for Lane Hawkins. And sure enough, Lane had blowed his knee out and had to have surgery. But Lane's back with us and has rehab, doing real well. He'll play outside linebacker for us in the sniffer. Kason Scholl's back there. So we got a lot of skill guys. Our depth in the offensive line is not great. Probably 8-10 guys, but feel real good about the first 5 starters right now where we're at with them and a couple of backups. So that's where we'll start off on day 1.
Well, Coach, this is kind of a 2-part question. Of course, you have established your program now. Weight room is a very important part, and you've lost seniors the last 2 years. You've gotten to the second round of the playoffs 2 years in a row, and the expectations are still high even though you had 12 seniors. Talk about you wanting to get past that hump where you have kind of gotten snagged in round number 2, and you and I have talked about this. How do you motivate the kids? You want to go to round 3.
Well, you pretty much talk about it every day. They know it as much as we know it. We dropped the ball the last 2 years in the fourth quarter in round 2. Played very well. Had a chance to get on into the quarters and So it's an ultimate goal of the team and the community and everybody at Valley Head to get out of the second round. But, you'd mentioned just program-wise, we're fortunate at Valley Head and in DeKalb County. DeKalb County is a fortunate place for all athletics. It's a special place, and I know you guys know that, but a lot of these schools are led by people, whether it be administration or coaches or basketball, of people that went to school there. So it's important to them. But trying to fill the shoes, our weight program helps us fill those shoes. We're fortunate in the fact that I get my sixth graders, and that's one of the biggest things we could do. I put the sixth graders in the weight room with a bar 2 days a week, full of IPE, and then when they hit the seventh grade, we max them. Actually, we maxed them just last week. So to be able to get those kids started in the sixth grade and have them in the field house around some of the older guys and in the racks with the older guys and get their core just movement about them with the squat rack and bench press and power clean. By the time you lose seniors and those guys are coming up, it makes it easier to fill the shoes. So I think our weight program helps us in when we lose kids being able to fill them.
You guys, offensive linemen, play in an offense that is a dream for an offensive lineman. You're not in pass blocking all the time. You get to pin your ear back, fly off low and hard and hit people. Each one of you guys speak on that, how fun it is to play offensive lineman in the style that y'all play, like a really physical downhill running style.
It's the freedom that we get on it, honestly. When they line up in front of us and stuff, we already know what to do. Our plan, our game, everything, technique, everything. Just fly off the ball, block, everything. So we already know. Basically, when we're already on the line, we already know what we're running, everything, and basically it.
I just love how it's simple. We don't have to think too much. The blocking scheme, it's perfect for us. And just line up and hit people. That's the main goal.
It's just like what Brody said about the blocking scheme, and it's just a lot simpler, and I guess better for us. It's a lot easier.
I love it. I love being physical. When lying down, you hit the guy in front of you, dominate. That's it.
Coaches, you get your first 3 games at home, and in fact, 4 of your first 5 are at home, and even you don't leave the mountain or our northeast corner of Alabama until the 1st of October. Could you talk about what you have to do to take advantage of that and let that be sort of the jumping off point to a fast start to this season? Because not many teams get that opportunity to really stay at home or stay in the area until late in the season. Could you talk about how important it is to get off to that fast start at home?
Yes, sir. It is, it's always important for any team to get off on a good foot. The way we draw for games, you never know how your schedule is going to play out. You want 5 and 5. That's everybody's ultimate goal. 5 home, 5 away. But when you draw, you just don't know how it's going to lay out. This year, the way it laid out, we are at home a lot early. It's going to be really important to us to get off to a fast start, to set the tone early, stay healthy. I think that's for all of us. We've got our region is really good. Now, we had 2 really good private schools that went out of our region, but we got 2 really good public schools that come in. When you go talking about Appalachian, Raglan, Otter down with us now, Woodville's much better, Spring Garden, of course. I mean, it's anybody's game. Galesville. So we got to get off to a good start early. Hopefully we'll have good crowds, make good money, get everybody excited about football going into the long haul of things.
Well, Coach, we don't talk, of course, Ernie Willingham wants you to spread the field and and chunk the football.
I told him we'd never been sacked neither.
Yeah, he'll always, the only time your quarterback does is when he grounds the ball,
Sure.
the only time he uses his arm. But, that's designed for your program. You want to play solid defense, control the football, throw it when you want to. but basically control a football game and use the third and fourth quarter to dominate the other team.
That's 100% correct. And in this business, you know, it's 100% on philosophy. What is your, you know, all coaches have a philosophy. What's going to be our ultimate goal to give us a chance to win at the end? Well, when you go talking about philosophies, a lot of it boils back to who you were under as a young guy. You know, who taught you the game of football? You know, at Valley Head High School, you remember we were wishbone. You know, 1984 state champion, everybody, we know it was wishbone. We were going to go 2 tight ends wishbone. When you split Scott Tate out, everybody in the whole country knew that they were throwing the football. So I grew up in that. Then I was fortunate to be under one George Hobsell. And Coach Hobsell, in my mind, is one of the greatest to ever do it. George was wing eye. He had 6 run plays, 4 pass plays. He had a playbook, and that's all that was there. And George taught me, or Coach Hobsell taught me, this is how we give ourselves a chance to win in the last 12 minutes of the game. Look, there's going to be teams a lot better than you, but if you'll do this, they'll only beat you 12 and you'll feel good about it because they beat somebody 64 last week that may be better than you too. So we try to be solid in the kicking game. We take as much time off the clock. I don't worry about scoring or stopping. I worry about what's on that clock more than anything during the entire game because I know that if we can get to the fourth quarter and we're within reaching distance or ahead, we got a chance to win the football game. And our kids buy into that, and it falls into our weight room. It's just a total philosophy. But I think a lot of it is, you know, who you were under in your younger days coaching and what fits your mold.
Guys, I want to ask you this question. What makes it special to play for the Valley Head Tigers?
It's a family. Coach loves us, cares for all of us, bleeds purple. It's an honor, honestly.
I mean, I've been here for about 3 or 4 months, but the first day I was here, it was like a family. Everyone was welcoming, and the coaches care about us and everything.
I just find it amazing that we have a coach as good as we do, and we're all just family. We push each other, and we all set goals for each other.
On or off the field, honestly, as a family, like everybody else and my team said, we care for each other. No matter if it's on or off the field, we look out for each other, and we play like one mindset.
Okay, we'll wrap it up, your portion with this. This is for the players, too. Guys, talk about team goals for this season for the Valley Head Tigers and maybe if you have personal goals for this season.
Team goals for this year is just looking after one game at a time.
The goal for me was to be better than I have any other season, and a goal for us as a team strive to be better than any team we've been beforehand.
My goal is just to work hard and practice and get better every day. And then the goal for our team is to strive for greatness.
I feel like our goal as a team is to play as one, win as one, work hard, fight. A personal goal I have is to, I played fairly well last year, but I feel like I hardly ever blocked the right person, whether I beat him or not. This year I want to always block the right person. So
That's a good way to end it right there, Coach, don't you think? Thumbs up. Coach Hammon, guys, thanks for being with us today. Good luck to the Tigers this year.
Thank you.